Salam, salam. This is Unity. I'm here to do a Unity moment. So, I haven't done a Unity moment like this in a while. If y'all look back at my Unity moments, I always talked about race, religion, spirituality. I do a lot of it through my art. But Spirit say do this video. In the midst of doing many orders, I thank y'all for y'all support. So, I want to do this video. The first video that I want to talk about, the first thing I want to talk about is the white lady. I think her name was Amy Cooper. I know y'all seen a video about she was at the park and the brother, and his last name was Cooper too. Now that's something that I want to go into. He told her to put the dog on a leash. And it's interesting with white women history. I have did videos about this, and I'm gonna go find some of them and put in the description box or in a note up here about how white women over the years, how they were mainly screamed rape, murder. A black man did it. Like I have a segment, it's going to be a 3-episode segment, and it's called Mama So. Me and my son, he always walk in the room and say Mama So this, Mama So that. So I was telling him about that lady Susan. Can't remember her last name right now. But she had said a black man had stole her kids, kidnapped her kids, and then she was the one that put them in, killed them due to the fact she wanted love, but she blamed it on the black man. So in those videos, y'all will see that. So them I'm gonna release them. We did them probably like a year or two ago, probably 2 years ago, but they still relevant because my son he always come at me and ask me questions. I was a question child growing up. Back to the situation that happened in the park, the same thing that her ancestors did is the same thing that she did, and she was using her white power, her white privilege. And you see how at the end when she called the police, how she say the first thing she said was an African American. So that's the first thing she said. So that right there was letting them know, like, the system know, like, the black man is finna get the white woman. So she knew what she was doing. The next thing she said, she was choking the shit out of her dog. Then the next thing, and she didn't even realize that she was choking the dog because she was so focused on this man could have got killed in the way the system worked. People saying, oh, it's 2020. I can't understand why stuff like this happened. You got to realize. Now, people got to realize, you study history, you study American history, not just American, the diaspora history. This system was created by white slave masters to benefit them. So it is interesting to me when people be saying, I can't believe. I can believe because the foundation of this system has always been there. It has never changed. Okay, we might got integration, which I think we still separated. You know, you got the black community, you got the this. On certain nights, black people go to the club. So it's still separated no matter if, you know, when I walk into the grocery stores, I see, every time I walk into the grocery store, I tell my son, you know, at one time my ancestors couldn't walk in the grocery store. They still walk with me. I still feel that. You know what I'm saying? So we living in a reality that never benefit for us. So we'll look at a black cop. Okay, the brother that got killed, that was running, and they say a black cop shot him. Don't y'all know the history of black cops? Black cops were never meant to protect and serve. They was meant to be mainly the head nigger in charge of the overseer of black people. Did y'all hear KRS one song called Black Cop? Go listen to that. But black cops were never meant to benefit black people. You remember on Boys in the Hood, how the black cop hated, he had more hate in his heart for black people than his own, because they see a reflection of themselves and they hate themselves. You get what I'm saying? So when black people join the police department, now you know you have some saying I want to change. I have so many friends that were cops and was black. That's not cops no more. due to the discrimination they get. So they go out there and say, oh, let me show them. They try to show and prove to the white power supremacy. They try to prove to them that they could do their job, and then they end up hurting their own people, which is their own self. You know what I'm saying? The reflection of themselves. They kill themselves. Remember what Nipsey said? Nipsey said he wasn't looking for nobody. He was looking for the reflection of himself to hurt himself. You know what I'm saying? So when I seen this brother, y'all know how I am. I be having so much in my head. But when I seen this brother get killed, George Floyd, when I seen this brother get killed, I literally seen a white man with a hooked nose. You know, I remember when I was a little girl, they showed me I don't know if my mom or somebody showed me a picture of a white man with a hooked nose. He had a hat on, he had some boots on, and it was a black woman hanging from the tree, and her from the feet, she was hanging from the tree from her feet, and her stomach was cut open. He had a knife in his hand, and the black baby was on the ground, and his boot stepping on the black baby. So literally when I seen that, I seen that same image. I literally seen that same image of white supremacy, a white system, a white devil energy killing. Literally, he killed this black man. And it's crazy because you keep seeing the same thing over and over from Eric, from Freddie, from Trayvon. You keep seeing the same thing over and over. And people keep saying why it's happening. Because you're dealing with a system that wasn't meant for black people to survive or strive in. And until, no matter what president get in there, until this system is completely destroyed and reset and start over, that's when change going to happen. No matter, I'm not saying what people out there doing is not helping, but I sat and I analyzed this, and I analyzed it, and I'm just 45 years old under the sun. I'm still a baby. And I realized that no matter what we do, until this system is completely dismantled, destroyed, and refurbished to a new, it's going to keep happening. And the thing that we have to do to break this system down, we got to stop supporting it spiritually, because that's one of the biggest economics things dealing with religion. Religion-wise, spiritual-wise, physical-wise, mentally-wise, we got to stop supporting this system. It got to be like Exodus. We got to do an exodus, mentally, physically, and spiritually. Because this some bullshit. And the crazy part is, back to the sister, the cracker that was in the park. Her last name was Cooper. His last name was Cooper. That's like some slave master stuff. Like, listen to me, nigga. A African American, she was really saying nigga instead of African American man. Nigga, stay in your place. Don't you record me. There wasn't no fear with her. There was, because if she was so fearful, why she walked up to him? It was that same energy of that lady, that devil that got Emmett Till killed. It was that same energy of those little black boys in the Scottsboro 9 that got killed. I could go on and on. In Rosewood, how the lady lied and said that a black man did that to her when it was a white man that did it to her. So it's that same energy, and energy can't be destroyed. It's just transferred from generations to generations and generations. And that's what you call a generational curse. It's the same thing when the white man come in the slave chambers and he raped that black woman, and the husband and the children are right there. And as time go on, when somebody getting raped or molested in a black family, we sweep it under the rug. We keep those generational codes. It's the same thing with snitching. If you see something in the hood, that's where snitching comes from. Don't snitch, don't tell. The same thing you see all the little mulatto kids running around on the slave plantation. You know the slave master was the rapist, but nobody ain't gonna say nothing. Nobody ain't gonna snitch. And we took that same snitching thing and we put it in the hoods that made it seem like it was a loyalty thing, which the foundation of it is don't say nothing. The slave master is raping. The slave master is raping the men, the women, and the children in the slave quarters, and nobody don't say nothing. Everybody know what's going on, but nobody don't say nothing. Nobody don't say nothing. And then we take that from generations to generations, and then we go into you gotta be loyal when something is being done wrong. You know? So that right there, going back to the brother George Floyd, if you look at that video, you could see that devil ancestors on him. He wasn't letting up. He wasn't letting up. You know, a lot of people is getting mad at the brother that was recording. For one thing, and we didn't see this, the revolution is televised. Rest in power, Gil Scott Heron. But the revolution is televised, because if that brother wasn't recording it, we would have never known what was going on. And another thing is, you know, a lot of people say he did what he can do. And sometimes we got to put our life on the line. Because let me tell you something. I know in 2006, now I'm more common than I was. Because my spirit is a warrior. As I got older, I realized I need to be on this earth to keep my message going. And then when it's time for me to go, I'm going to go. But I could say I live and died. I lived as a freedom fighter. But let me tell you this. I remember in my 20s, I was a hothead. If y'all been following me since MySpace days and y'all listen to my poetry, I was a hothead when it came to black on black crime. Black on black. So I remember this had to have been 05, 06. I was coming from poetry night. And I still have this footage. It's on, one day I'm going to transfer it. I'm going to let y'all see this footage. So on the south side, I was staying on the south side of Tallahassee. We was coming from poetry night. And I had a camcorder. And like I say, this was 05. Brother Salam was with me, this Muslim brother from the Nation of Islam was with me. And we was on our way home. We stayed on the same street I stayed on. We seen a cop pull over a brother in a parking lot at McDonald's. And this McDonald's was franchised and owned by a black man. So I said, Salam, pull over. We got to go see what's going on with this brother. Let's record and make sure this brother is all right. So Salam, he didn't really want to do it because he know, not saying Salam ain't no warrior, but he know how high-head I am. So, and it wasn't just going to be the camcorder. Me recording it. I was going to be talking mess. So I recorded it. And like I say, I'm going to transfer that and I'm going to show y'all. I don't know when I'll be able to transfer it, but I'm going to get that tape because it's on one of them little small tapes. And I'm going to transfer it and show y'all. And I know that night at Poetry Night, I did some of the hardest poems. But let me tell you, we got the car from what I can remember, but I have it recorded. And there was a brother and he was in handcuffs. And I start recording. And this was when recording was very powerful at the time. And the devils was like hiding from the camcorder and they couldn't tell you couldn't record. Because even on the video, I was talking mess to the cops. Make a long story short, they didn't arrest the brother. The brother walked up to me and he said, you know what? He said, I want to thank you by you recording me. He said, they could have took me to jail. They could have killed me. They could have did anything. He said, it stopped them. They let him go. And then he started saying he wanted to invite me to some club at the time. At the time, I wasn't going to no club. But sometimes the power of video can help. Even if we feel like somebody should have jumped in and stepped in. The brother could have jumped in and stepped in. But at the same time, he could have been dead. But we got to give thanks to him for recording it. And a lot of times people say, oh, why the person standing there and watching record? But think about it. Yeah, they should record it, and after that, they should whoop somebody's ass. But, this ain't no laughing matter. But at the same time, we got to give respect to those that record. Because if we don't see what's going on, even though we can feel, like I could feel what's going on in this world. I did, the other morning I woke up, yesterday morning, and I got some of the rainwater, the first May rainwater, and I anointed my forehead with it. And I remember doing like, this on, cleansing all this right here, throat chakra and all this. And as I was walking, the rainwater just came down like this, like a tear. And when it told me that there's a lot of pain from black people, it was like my ancestors were crying, my people were crying. And then when I walk upstairs, and then I start seeing all this on the video, and the crazy part, I was one of those ones that was always reposting stuff like that, but it started taking me. It started taking me. It take me to a place of anger. It take me in a place of want to fuck somebody up. It take me in a place of, literally, I have this thing in me at times where I would just go on a rampage and just hurt people. So I have to pull that self, and it'll come a time where we will have to be that warrior. But we will have to be that warrior and defend ourselves by any means necessary. But it's a space and time in it. It's been time, but it'll come the right time. We'll know. And yeah, I seen that pain. I felt pain in the world when that rainwater came. It literally came right up under this eye. Because usually when I do it, I put it in and it just stay. But it just, and then as I was walking back up the stairs, I realized, I knew what it was. I knew that was pain. It was pain. And so we gotta, when we see this stuff, when we see black men getting killed, black women, black children getting killed in the system, and we say, why is it happening? Why is it happening? You gotta know thy enemy. You gotta know thy enemy. There are many enemies within our own color. My spirit lately has been releasing energies that are draining. When you are a healer, you have to be recharged. And I pick up everything. And I had to release family members, people, I'm not going to say friends, because I could say friends at the time. We get wrapped up in certain things, but we have to release energies. If you in a circle of people and they're not motivating, and they have an energy of they need a lot of healing with them, and they're not, you have to surround yourself with good energy, not draining energy. And once you, and I have this thing with me, I hold, as a healer, sometimes we'll hold on those energies, especially when you done gave them everything you could give them. It's time to release. And what we as indigenous African original people got to do, we have to release that negative energy of this white supremacy system. Going back, we got to kill it spiritually, physically, and mentally. Yeah, so I think that's it, y'all. All right, salam. This is an insert. I just remembered something. Okay, remember I was talking about, remember in John Singleton movie, Boys in the Hood? Was that Boys in the Hood? Yeah, that was Boys in the Hood. Rest in power, John Singleton. John Singleton brought some beautiful movies to us as far as what, from Higher Learning to Boys in the Hood, and the things that he talked about in those movies is the reality. One of the things where he showed the black cop and how hateful that black cop was towards his own. Even a white man looked at him like, how you can have so much hate. He ain't a reflection of himself. I have two sons. I have a son that's 25 and I have a son that's finna be 20 next month. And, you know, just being a black woman, every time they walk out that door, I be up on them. I be up on them. I always tell them to never go places in patterns. Always watch their surrounding. When they go on their job, do their job. Bring their behind home. Don't get wrapped up in what's going on in the job. Just do your job and bring your ass home. Tell both of my sons that. Do they listen? No, but I tell them that. Dr. Joy. Dr. Joy. Thank you, sister. Dr. Joy DeGrew. She got a book called Post-Traumatic Slave Syndrome. And and I got a lecture of her talking about some of the things that the man that wrote Amazing Grace, was it Amazing Grace? I think it was Amazing Grace. And how he did experiments on black people. But she was saying, I forgot the word that she used, but she was saying white people, they have this thing that's missing from them. So they could do things to people that they don't feel no compassion. And it reminds me of like the Salem witch trials, or how they treat their own white women. They don't have, there's something in them. That's why I know they not human. They're a mankind. They're not human. Because they have something in them that separates the compassion, what they do. It's like what's ever in them. Because when that devil had his hand, his knee on him, like I was telling y'all earlier, it was that same energy of that white man with that boot over that baby that he just cut out the black woman's stomach. The energy felt like he was enjoying what he was doing. Like kill him, die. He didn't care. He wanted him dead. His whole demeanor was of a white racist slave master. The energy of his ancestors was right there. I seen it. I'm an empath. I'm a reader. He knew he was dead. He wanted him dead. What I feel should happen to him? Death by lynching. That's how I am. I'm the type of person, like, when it comes to things like that and certain things, straight death. Straight death, shot in the head like a pig. That's it. There's no trial. There's no nothing. Someone need to chop his damn knees off and shoot him in the middle of the head like a pig. That's it. Because you murdered this brother like it was nothing. It was like, I have to do this. That's what I picked up. And the Chinese brother, I always thought they were so close to white that a lot of them don't, he didn't care. Nobody didn't care. The only person care was the people behind the thing. And the people saying why they ain't do nothing. If they would have went up, guess what? They would have been dead too. So I keep putting extra clips in here because I keep thinking about things, and this topic could go. But I remember one time my son, he had went to, I think he went to Burger King or something some years ago, and we were still living here. It couldn't have been too much long ago, and he was saying, "Ma, I had seen a older white man picking up trash," and he said I was walking up to him to say, thank you for picking up the trash. And he said it was kind of like he was scared of him at first, but then once he realized, when he said what he said to him, I can't remember if Esau said he said thank you or whatever or something like that. But then when he came home and he was telling me, I say, because the fear of a young black man, from what their ancestors done and what's embedded in them, that we're gonna do something to him. He automatically thought you was gonna do something instead of saying thank you for picking up trash in the community. Ain't that something? So my son felt that.